Hello, welcome to the Chat Shit Shed section of the Ale and Audio podcast with myself, Jimbo, and very shortly I'll bring in our resident Sheddies. We're going to do we're going a little bit Oktoberfest theme today, since it's probably the last of a couple of weekends of Oktoberfest. Not exactly sure how long it goes on for into October. But I suppose whenever it's October, you can still celebrate anyway. Celebrate when you want. But we're doing it now. So let me bring in our resident Sheddies. Now, I've been having a little bit of a play with AI. I found a new little gadget. So let's introduce Andy and Dave in a different way to normal. Maybe I'll try this over a number of weeks and see if we can get the perfect one. But here's number one. Here we go.
Andy and Dave, they love their brew. Nickname Dick and Ed, it's true. Talking beer and nonsense too. In the chat shit chat with you. Podcast live with Jimbo there. Ale and audio fills the air. Cracking jokes without a care. Friendship strong beyond compare. Raise your glass, let's have a laugh. Stories shared on their behalf. Clink those bottles, feel the cheer. Dick and Ed with beer right here. Top the keg, spill some foam in this place.
There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Dave's going to see that band. He's got tickets. He's paid 350 quid off Ticketmaster for him.
I'm on
It
the
was-
way.
It was Blink-182 Brew.
I did think,
So-
at what point do we get a bit like pop punky with this?
Yeah, well, there you go. So I'll send you that. You can keep that. I'll try
Cheers.
another one. I'll try another one another time. And I've got my own idea. We ought to encourage people to get back on it. And we've got a few musicians in our community, and you don't even have to be a musician. A couple of spoons on your knee. Come up with something yourself. Let us know. Send us a little jingle to start the chat shit shed. We could have a different one every week.
Inundated with nonsense.
So anyway, how are you both doing? It's good to have you both back, and it's Oktoberfest, and you're both decorated for it, apart from me.
Wonderbar.
Yeah, there we go. Wonderbra.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gotta keep them up.
Looks good though. Got your hat on and everything, Andy.
Yep.
Your buntings up, Dave, and then get it all down and start decorating for Halloween after.
Yeah.
So we're going to go a little bit Oktoberfest themed today.
Let's get beer, actually.
Yeah, should we do that? Well, because the sort of brief was to get yourself a Oktoberfest beer.
Correct.
So I've gone standard Paul Anna, and I've got the Oktoberfest version after a lot of searching. Wasn't as easy as to get hold of some of these this year, I found.
To be fair, I think I was a little bit late to the game with Audi because I was on holiday, so I got it on.
I've got three of the finest.
We've got a selection there.
Full selection.
I've got an Augustina Oktoberfest, which is, in my opinion, probably the best one of all the Oktoberfest beers that make it over here.
Mhm.
Paulina is very good, I would say. I would say that Lowenbrau which is my lovely new tankard.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
And then Erdinger, which is obviously, it's mainly wheat beer anyway, but when they do an Oktoberfest version of this, I don't tend to say that that's sort of in the ballpark that these ones are in. So I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna have the Augustina one just because I can. So
Brilliant. Well,
but has anybody got like an umpire band we could like put music on?
Yeah, can we have some umpire music whilst pouring a drink, please?
Yeah.
I'll have to have it in
Or
after.
they do sing Angels by Robbie Williams constantly in Munich, so maybe you could play that as well.
Maybe,
Or there's another one they sing constantly, but I can't remember it. Sweet Caroline, they love it.
Is that one that goes something like October? Something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. One of them
Yeah.
umpire bands.
Yeah. I've got a question in the chat shit shed about relating to umpire bands and so on. Anyway, how did your weeks off go? I know yours was a forced week off, weren't it, Andy?
Yeah, no Tintinet. bloody internet's gone. So there was a heavy lightning storm that struck a house 3 doors down and surged the entire grid. I think it took Virgin Media to sort the bloody shit out, but it took down TVs and all sorts around our estate. So that was an interesting week with no internet. It's amazing watching TV with adverts. It's amazing. It's amazing because you see some adverts now and you think, if people are falling for this, God help us.
Bring back, what is it, Gary Scott and Sill It Bang.
Sill It Bang, he's gone.
No, he's not.
Dead.
No, he's not. He's been on a new advert recently for some cereal, and they've kind of done it in the old style, but for cereal instead.
I think they should bring him back from the dead.
Yeah, Bosch and the Hunger's Gone's his new one. No, he's definitely alive, Gary Scott.
Well,
Barry Scott or Barry Scott?
No, they've called him. They've called him
brother Gary Scott.
They've called him Barry Scott in the new adverts because I don't think they could call him Gary before. Yeah,
he could be Larry Scott.
Could have been. But other than that, you went away, didn't you, to Rivington?
Yeah, on the week before. On the Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, took the folks. My dad couldn't believe how good it is, and he was like, "There's town centres with less people in than this place has got." So yeah, I think him and my mum will definitely be going back by themselves at some point, staying over the campsite. He got slightly addicted to drinking Never Known Fog Like It. So much so that every time I went up to the boys, I was like, "I'll have a pint of that." There's loads of choice on, but he was just like, "I'll have a pint of that," and that was it. So,
anyone getting a tangle? Did your parents get in a tangle, or did they behave themselves?
No, they were good.
Oh, good. Well, and we'll obviously get on to talk about what Dave's been up to very shortly, and he's obviously got a little bit of merch as well to show off. But have you noticed anything different about me?
You got some new headphones.
I got some new headphones finally. I've grown some new headphones.
Yeah. You must. Have you treated yourself, or did somebody just feel sorry for you?
I don't think I mentioned it last week, but it was my birthday.
Oh, it's his bloody birthday.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't buy it now, because he wet it for birthday.
But you just buy. You buy yourself things. These are my own. I bought these myself.
Are they the same ones you had from Poundland last time?
Nope. No.
79p Aaron's Foods.
Oh, that's it. Aaron's Food Special, they are.
Aaron's Audio.
Yeah.
Aaron's Hardware.
I've got traditional snacks as well to go with tonight.
I saw
Roast.
that. Saw that.
Get them out, Dave.
You may not have got round to hearing what my confession was last week either.
No.
Did you have a pint of Carlin?
No.
Oh, worse than that?
For me, yes.
2 pints of Carlin.
No.
And a Strongbow.
Wasn't a beer.
You had a poo at work.
No. That would also be a horrifying confession to make.
You finally had a sausage and enjoyed it?
No. No, you're close though. On my birthday, my birthday little buffet that my mother-in-law did for me, little surprise thing, not just a few days before my birthday, but for my birthday, she put out some what she told me were veggie chicken nuggets. I proceeded to eat a chicken nugget. She rushed in with the bag of frozen chicken nuggets saying, "These are not chicken-free, these are gluten-free." She'd read it wrong on the bag. So I ended up having a chicken nugget.
Did you enjoy it?
Free.
What's up?
Did you enjoy it?
I did, because I said, "These are bloody good. What brand are these? I have to get some of these." And then she came in with bag. Them ones. So yeah, that was we've got another confession coming up today as well. Not from me, not from any of us, from outside of the Chat Shit Shed today. We'll get to that. Anyway, first though, of course, we mentioned Dave. He's got lots to tell us. He's been away on a trip, so it's time for... Ale Winton's back. How are you doing, Ale Winton?
Yeah, I'm alright. Sorry, I'm just eating a pretzel.
Bad timing.
Prost!
Yes, Prost.
Bro, problem is,
Prost.
it's a bit dry, so you have to have something to wet it with.
Good job. We've got
now,
a slight little drink.
So we're all on his Oktoberfest beers, and myself and Andy have got our Steins or tankard type glasses. Dave's got one as well, which leads nicely into where yours is a special one, isn't it, Dave?
It is a special one, and I have got a Paulana one, and I just pulled it out, and it was a little bit dusty, so I thought, I'll not do that. So I've purposely so far only really drank it facing the opposite way, so you don't really know what it is. But yeah, I've got one of the 10th birthday beard tankards. It's a very, very limited edition.
Are they all the same colour? Because I know the cans for those beers are different. They're slightly different colours, aren't they? So can you get different colours that match the different cans, or is that the kind of one standard one?
Yeah, they only did one colour. I was speaking to the bloke, and they only made 100.
Okay.
So, and obviously you could only buy them from the tap room on the Saturday. I imagine they all sold out because at one point, so that they were having a big birthday party in the evening where it was like ticketed only. And when we got there in the afternoon, I would say nearly half of the tankers had already gone because they just had them laying in a tray underneath, all pre-wrapped. And at one point, they decided to take them away just in case they sold out for the birthday part, like for the pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you'd be a bit miffed, didn't you, if you bought a ticket and got there and like, oh yeah, they all sold out earlier in the day. But so I imagine they've all sold out. But yeah, at £40 though, it wasn't a Martin Brewis. That was not a money saving expert.
But it's a nice little treat for yourself.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. It's quite cool that you go to Verdant's quite far away, isn't it? Really, so you look in Cornwall for us. So it's quite nice to be able to pick something up like that whilst you're down there. So quite a little rare thing to have. But then I find out the person that makes these or has made these for Verdant also made them for Northern Monk and Daya as well, which I do know that Andy follows because then I then found her Instagram profile. And she does a lot of like this, the standard look where you get a bit of like the logo.
It's her style of pottery. She all does very similar style items like plates, bowls, and all sorts of stuff. So
this means Spenno will be getting his own next as well.
Probably,
yeah. So yeah, that's it was quite nice. So if you are in Falmouth or going to visit Falmouth, then yeah, go to Verdant. They do some really nice stone baked pizzas in there as well. We didn't have one, but we were very jealous, and if we had more time, we probably would have had lunch there. So yeah, we just stopped there for a cheeky beer and picked one of them up, and off we went back to sunny St Ives.
Very good. Did you find anywhere else while you were in St Ives? Did you get much chance to do much beer exploring, or was it?
I mean, to be fair, I kind of know the beers in St Ives. Let me try and find one. Here we go. So just one that I brought back from. So it's St Ives Brewery. They did a sour collab with Vocation this year, and it's probably one of the nicest sours that I've had so far this year. Just very berry, not very thick, but not too thin, and quite easily to drink. So they've got a little tap room in St Ives themselves. It's more of like a shop with about 6 or 8 seats. So then, and they've got like 3 taps on. So yeah, you can stop and have a few beers and have a takeaway. So that's that one. The brewery's not far off. It's in Hale, so it's not far from St Ives at all. But they've got a full blown tap room with everything on tap there. So that's definitely worth a visit, which I didn't get to go to. And then obviously your other ones are. There's quite a nice bar called the Hub, Box Hub or something like that. And again, Verdant Light Bulb on tap. Local St Ives Brewery beers on there as well. Slipway's a good beer to have. And then, yeah, so to be fair, most of them had Light Bulb or Slipway on tap. So I was quite happy with most of the bars. And then we went to a nice little chicken restaurant. I know you like chicken now, Jimbo. So it's called Bird and Beers or something like that. Bird and Beers. And basically, they just do like chicken burgers and then vegan style chicken burgers or vegetarian chicken burgers. And then they had about 5 Verdant beers on tap. So Headbanger, Light Bulb, and then a few other ones that they had on as well. So that was quite a cool little place. So we went through. The woman said to me, "How many? Like, what beer do you want?" I was like, "Yes, please." And they were like, "No, which one?" I said, "Start from the top and work your way to the bottom." That's when that glass is empty. Bring the next one. So yeah, that was about it, really. I mean, again, you walk around St. Ives, there's little bars and little restaurants here and there, but they've all got decent beers on tap because I think they're surrounded with quite a lot of decent breweries. So,
did you venture to Falmouth?
We did go into Falmouth. We didn't stay too long in Falmouth because it was pissing it down with rain, and we were there quite early. And we tried to like hold out for as long as possible for this brewery, the Verdant Tap Takeover Beer Festival start, but it was getting to about 11:30, and the girls were getting a bit annoyed, and I think Ava was getting a bit pissed off because it was just raining. So we were like, "Well, straight to Verdant." Because by the time we got to Verdant, that was open, so we had a drink there instead.
Well, as I learned last week, the South and obviously that kind of area is the home of the hop, isn't it, for traditional sort of like British hops. Annabelle Smith was telling me that that's where the traditional, well, that's where they grew the bitter and hops and all that in the first place. You could only get it down south and all that kind of thing, yeah. Or a bit further along.
It used to be a big thing from London dockers from in this August time where the docklands would shut down. And all the dockers and dockers' sons would go hop picking in Kent.
Oh, okay. Very good. So there we go. Thank you, Dave. That was Wish You Were Beer. Sounds like you had a great time. Welcome to the Chat Shit Shed with your host Jimbo, your contestants Andy of the Dunning in Stoke and Dave of the Hardy Arms in Leicester. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit Oktoberfest themed today, but then we've got a couple of other like extra questions thrown in. Got a confession, Sheddie Mercury, which we hadn't solved from last week. It was a tough one. I know what the answer is now. I was kind of close, but also not close at the same time. We'll get to that.
So,
well, it's yours. Exactly. So, you know, fresh pair of ears, fresh set of ears on it might help. Right. Okay. Here is your first question. First few were going to be Oktoberfest themed. Okay. So,
okay.
Here we go. What year was the first Oktoberfest celebrated? 1810, 1843, 1876. Let's throw it over to Dave first.
Do you know what? I should know this because I was looking for Oktoberfest related shit facts. And I know why it first started.
Okay.
I can't remember what the year was, but
I'll give you half a point if you can tell us why.
Because it was to celebrate a wedding.
Whose wedding? Full names.
Can't remember.
All right, I'll give you half a point. I'll be generous. So what year are you going to go for though, Dave?
I'm going to say 1810.
1810. Andy, you're going there. I came to Andy's second because Andy's been to Oktoberfest. So.
Doesn't mean jack shit. I can't remember.
Too drunk.
I was tucked up in bed at 9.
What 9?
1843.
1843 for Andy, 1810 for Dave. Dave's already half a point ahead, and he's now 1.5 points ahead. Well done, Dave. And you are correct, yeah, in Munich in 1810 to celebrate the marriage of Crown Prince Ludwig to Princess Therese. Therese
von Staschen Hildebergenhausen.
You knew that, didn't you?
Say that when you're drunk.
I knew the name Princess Therese is the name that's given to the area where the Oktoberfest tent is, the Theresienwiesen.
Ah, okay, fair enough. There we go. But you don't get half a point, Andy.
No,
just to So just to go back, because I've had a quick look on Instagram for something. But
Yeah.
just to go back about the drinking vessel that I'm
Oh, yes.
Northern Monk have just posted that they've got some still left, and they're £35.
Whoa,
Oh.
bargain. Northern
Undercut.
prices from a
Undercut.
northern brewery.
Look at that undercutting.
Yeah.
That's it.
They know what they're doing, don't they? Oh, a few people have missed out on the Verdant
Northern
one.
prices. Dave, that's it. That's a Martin Brewis right there. Get a £40 jug for
Can't
35
afford not
quid.
to buy it.
I'm going to get Ada to make some out of school out of clay, when they come back with like crappy bits of clay artwork they've done. I'm going to get Ale and Audio on it and try and flog them for 30 quid. Oh, come on. We all did it.
The best clay thing I've ever seen in my life. What is it again, love?
That's what I say to her.
Make Daddy another one.
So there we go. That was question 1. Next Oktoberfest question. We're going to have to do some language here. Right. At Oktoberfest, when the band calls out,
I'm Prosit, comes to the liquor,
Thank you. Because I don't have to say it now. So there you go. Ein Prosit, ein Prosit, Gimmelinetech, Onswar, Drill, Jesuffer. Something like that. Sounds better when Andy sings it. But what does it stand for? It's either here we go, people get up on the tables, 1, 2, 3, party, or it's everybody, it's time to party, drink, 1, 2, 3, dance, or it's a toast to fun and friendliness, 1, 2, 3, drinks up.
And at that point, you cheers, touch the table, and have a big gulp.
So what are you saying then, Andy?
It's the last one.
Going for the last one. Dave?
Last one, because Prost is like, cheers, isn't it? It's a toast.
Yes, very good. Very clever. Well done. Correct, both of you. So, yeah, that's the correct answer there. The last one, a toast to fun and friendliness. 1, 2, 3. Prost. Drink up. Prost. There we go. Excellent. I'm not going to drink up because I'm not going to have another. I'll get into trouble. It's Monday night.
I mean, you either have to have a giant pretzel or loads of them or half a chicken roasted. But obviously you can't have that. You might be able to have it now because you like chicken nuggets. So
yeah, I've had a chicken nugget now. I broke the streak, haven't I? So, yeah.
Well, you might as well go full hog and have yourself a big beef burger, lamb shank and, I don't know, gammon and egg.
I won't lie. I did think about it, but I didn't. So
the poor animals. God.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I think this is your last Oktoberfest question, and it's for women. It's significant. What is significant about where you wear your bow on your dirndl? I think I've said that right. Dress. So for women, they wear this dirndl dress. How do you say it?
Dreidel.
Dreidel.
Silent, I believe.
It's not even spelt like that. Come on. No. Anyway, to this traditional dress, what they wear for Oktoberfest, what is significant about where the bow is on it?
I know the answer to this. See if Dave does.
Is it how many beers they can carry? I don't know.
It's to do with the relationship status of that person. If it's worn to the right, they're single. If they're worn to the left, they're married. If it's worn to the middle, they're a virgin. If it's worn around the back, they're divorced.
I thought you were going to say something else then.
No, true story.
Right, okay.
The waitresses tend to wear them on the back because otherwise they get in the way of carrying all 55 pints.
Of course. Well, I'm going to give you correct. You are correct. I don't know whether you got your left and right mixed up, though. I'm not sure. This was difficult to find out. There was a few articles I read, and they got it one way or another, and they weren't quite sure. But anyway, there you go. So it denotes whether you're single or not. Apparently, wear it on the left for single, right for in a relationship. Oh, is that what you said? Oh, there we go. We're right there. There we go. So it tells people whether you're open to flirting or not. So there we go.
Yeah.
You can remember that if you're going out for Oktoberfest.
Don't put it on your head, though.
That means a completely different thing.
Correct.
So we've done his Oktoberfest questions, and here's the next one. We're off Oktoberfest now. We're back more local, down to around Nottingham. So the strongest beer ever brewed in Nottingham is set to launch at the upcoming Robin Hood Beer and Cider Festival in October. It's Liquid Light Stout, Terror from the Sky. But what ABV is it?
Oh.
So it's an estimation question, so you can both put a number in here. The strongest beer ever brewed in Nottingham.
Ever brewed in Nottingham.
Mm.
It could be like 4% for all we know. it might only like him weak. That's not true because Neon Rats make some banging dippers, don't they? And stouts. Terror from the Sky.
So it will be available in the next couple of weeks. Cause I think the festival's maybe not next week, week after. I think it is Robin Hood Beer and Cider Festival. By the way, this question or this article was sent to me by Abitronic.
I'm going to say something like 18%.
18% for Dave. Okay.
I was going to say something like mid-20s, so like 24%, something like that.
24% for Andy, 18% for Dave. Who's got the closest? Well done to Andy. 26%. Terror from the Sky, described as Imperial Doom.
Don't even class this as a stout. It's just Imperial Doom.
Yeah, it's not too far from.
I bet it pours like engine oil.
Oh yeah.
Thick.
Come on, Dave.
Straight diesel.
It's been the year of the stout, as we all know, for Dave at the Hardy Arms. What we'd all like to see to cap the year off, to mark it in style.
I tell you what, if you get yourself an Imperial Doom, whatever episode we have, I'll drink this winterized pipes.
That's not even half as strong, is it? What is it, 18%?
It's strong enough at 19.5%, and it's been in my fridge for years, so it's a couple of years, so it might have gone a bit stronger. It's fermented.
You think they're even going to be bottling it, though? Because surely they're just going to pour that, and it's going to be like a shot.
Take Spenno's drip tray down with you and bring it back.
I mean, that's probably just as strong.
Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. We'd like to see it. It's not too far from you, Dave. Get yourself to Nottingham to be a festival. I don't think they'll serve it in a pint, but it's a couple of weekends' time, I think. Mid-October. So, yeah. There we go. Now, this is brilliant. Last question, okay? This is an extra question I saw quite late on. I turned it into a question. It's brilliant, right? So, which comedian does Purple Moose Brewery's pub manager Nigel look the absolute spitting image of? It's either John Bishop, Peter Kay, or Alan Carr. This is ridiculous.
I don't know who he is.
Well, it doesn't matter. You know the celebrities are.
I'm just thinking of the people that you've listed. Alan Carr's like the wackiest looking person out of the three of them. So I'm going to go with Alan Carr just on that principle. But it could be John Bishop for all I know. But I'm just thinking Alan Carr's a bit. He's got weird teeth, hasn't he?
So yeah, this is Purple Moose's pubs manager. I don't know if he manages a chain of pubs or something. But honestly, he just looks the spitting image of this particular celebrity. So Dave, do you want to choose one?
I'll go with John Bishop.
John Bishop.
Nigel, you should look like a John Bishop if your name's Nigel.
Like a car salesman.
Yeah.
Right. I appreciate this isn't, this isn't as exciting for podcast listeners, but I will recommend that at this moment I'm talking now, go to Instagram, look at Purple Moose sort of most recent posts that they've done, and you will be in for a shock, and you will actually be questioning whether this is a lookalike or not, because this is beyond barmy. Here we go.
So he doesn't look like him. That's what I'm saying.
No, he does. Well, I think he does. Maybe it's me who got it wrong. But anyway, here we go. Well done to Andy.
Is that Nigel?
That's Nigel. That's not Alan Carr. That's ridiculous, isn't it?
I don't believe you, and I also feel like I've seen that picture earlier.
There is another picture of him like after this picture, and it's not quite as Alan Carr, but I don't know if it's just the way the camera's caught him there. I thought it was Alan Carr, and I was thinking, well, Purple Moose have done well there to get Alan Carr in their social media posts. But no, he's not. It's Nigel. Sounds like he's at the Station Inn pub on the platform in Porthmadog.
Porthmadog.
Maddock. Not Port's Mad Dog.
I'm pretty sure that is actually Alan Carr. Nigel's on the next picture.
No, that's not Alan Carr. That is Nigel. That is Nigel. I know Nigel's on the next picture, but this is also Nigel.
No, it's not. Nigel's bald.
Give it over.
Oh, brilliant. Have a look at the post, Dave.
I'm looking. Purple Moose. Let me have a look. Right, here we go. No, that's the wrong... You know what I'm on about. Yes, but that is ridiculous, isn't it? That is an amazing lookalike. Yeah, granted, the second picture, it's not quite as Alan Carr, but that first picture, it's just caught him at the right angle, hasn't it? He's got the smile and everything. I thought that was Alan Carr. Swear down I did. Anyway, there we go. Okay, so now then, let me get him out. It's time to get out the Northern Monks. We've had a couple of shock confessions recently. Obviously, we had Carlingate. Dave started it. Then we had my chicken nugget thing last week. Obviously, wasn't my fault. But this time, it's somebody not in the current studio. So, which pub Sheddie beer lover ended up having a gun pointed to his head on a stag do? It's either Garth at the Black Swan Speakeasy. It's either Pablo Disco Bar, or it could be the Patriot Lockdown Bar. So which of these pub Sheddies or beer lovers ended up having a gun pointed to their head on a stag do? Garth at the Black Swan Speakeasy, Pablo Disco Bar, or obviously Pat at the Patriot Lockdown Bar?
Now, was this like a loading gun? Not a water pistol?
I suppose that's the extra detail we might get from the confession. I'm thinking
Garth from the Black Swan.
Any reasons why?
Is he from America?
Oh, you're not pulling that old card, are you? American gun laws and all that kind of thing.
No comment.
Trust someone to fall into that trap.
Trump someone, did you say?
Dave.
This bad boy came all the way from New York.
You've got some random stuff in there.
When I went to New York, I was like, I want a wobbly head of Donald Trump. Not that I like the guy or anything, or I have any
darts at it.
remorse or anything. I might, I don't hate him. I don't like him. I just really wanted one.
Make America great again.
Does he sit? Is he normally stood next to your cock-shaped bottle opener?
He's not far from the cock-shaped bottle opener. He's probably a good
6 inches away from it.
10 inches.
I suppose he fits with that theme of memorabilia, though, doesn't he? In a sense.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why, but I just
Dave's got a hard cock and a wobbly one.
If I'm honest with you, when I went to America, I really wanted a T-shirt that said "Let's make America great again." The H said it's probably not the best thing to do.
The H, well done for looking after Dave.
Not that I support him, not that I like him or hate him or anything, but I just like upsetting people.
But make pub sheds great again and be a quite good logo, little slogan thing.
Yeah.
A wobbly head Dave with a t-shirt on saying "Make pub sheds great again."
If you could make wobbly heads, let me know.
No, he's actually not thumbs up. He's just holding 2 pint glasses.
So, are you going with Garth at the Black Swan Speakeasy then? After all that,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Pablo because he might have shown somebody a disco ball and they took offence.
Okay. So
the
Pablo,
the youth of today, they don't know how to handle it.
Nobody think it'd be Pat.
No.
He has got soldiers on his logo.
No.
He's too nice, Pat is.
Well,
one of them's called Casper, so no.
Even this is too much for Andros, this one. He's not on there. Thing is, maybe Andros isn't on there because he was the one pointing the gun. That's more likely in this scenario, isn't it? So, okay. So, let's find out whose confession that was. Who was it who, while on a stag do, ended up having a gun pointed to their head?
Forgive me, Jimbo, but I have sinned. Hi, everybody, it's Pabs. I once went on a stag do, and instead of going back to the person's house, the stag's house, to stay after the nightclub finished, I ended up going in a warehouse and having a gun pointed at my face. So the full story of that is basically I went on a stag do with somebody I'd never actually met before. He was marrying somebody who is close to me. I'm not going to go into who that is. Didn't know anything about him, didn't know him, just got invited along. Some sort of friends and family. Went out in Middlesbrough for a night out, which is not a place I'm a fan of going out on a night out anyway. As we went into every bar and sort of place along the way, the clues were there because we never ever went in the front door of any bar. We always went in a side door with some massive bouncers and meatheads, and then ended up in a VIP area, and everybody did sort of secret handshake nonsense. We then went to the famous Empire nightclub where the sweat literally pours down the walls like some sort of weird, creepy waterfall. We came out with there 2 o'clock in the morning. I was supposed to be at work, early 20s, in a pub at 11 o'clock the next morning. Instead of going left to the stag's house, we went right. And if anybody knows Middlesbrough, I've been there before, there is part of Middlesbrough that gets classed by the locals as over the border. That means into the dodgy part of Middlesbrough where the red light district and all the dodgy stuff goes on. We started walking right. He said, come on, I'm going to take you to a sort of special party. We ended up in the middle of an industrial estate, God knows where. He said, stand under the main lamp in the street light, so they can see you. He went over to a gate at the back of the warehouse, banged on the gate. 4 massive blokes came out, grabbed all of us, slammed us against the wall, patted us down for weapons, etc. And then we went through a set of gates, up a fire exit staircase into a old derelict warehouse where they had made it into a makeshift nightclub. There was a makeshift bar on the right-hand side, sort of giving drinks. There was a big opening to the back where there was like a log burner that they decided to make. The place was full of prostitutes. Every table, makeshift table, had a big bag of coke in the middle of it, split open, and you had to sit down and there was music on. And basically every criminal you can think of in the local area was sat in that nightclub. That door got locked when we arrived at 2:15. It did not reopen. You weren't allowed to leave till 7:30 the next morning. I came out there and everybody was going to work. I can't say I've never found concrete floor so interesting in all my life because people just kept on sitting down opposite you. You get a gun out on the table, point the gun at you. Who are you? Who are you with? What are you doing here? You're like, oh, I don't know, I'm with that lad over there to stag do. Turns out the lad who we were with on the stag do got paid off all these is a bit of a sort of hitman, go and break people's legs if they didn't pay up. So not my usual night out, far from it. Not a good advert for the Northeast, sort of plays into what people think the Northeast is all about. But it's just a bizarre story. People just don't believe you when you tell it. It sounds like The Hangover without the tigers and the missing teeth. And it's fair to say I was glad when I got out. Some bloke did say, what's the matter with me coke? Why not having free coke off the table? it just got really awkward. And like I say, 2 or 3 people sort of sat down and pointed a gun at us. And I'm not talking about your little sort of tiny little pistol thing. One bloke had a semi-automatic. So that place got raided a couple of weeks after it was on the news. And that was that. Nothing to do with me. Snitches get stitches. I didn't tell nobody anything. Kept it to myself for years. So, yeah, that's probably the weirdest stag do I've ever been on.
Whoa. And I know that he's told me that story before and confessed to it before, and we were like, oh, we'll have to hold that one back with it being such glorified, being such violence and all that kind of thing. But there you go.
But now P. Diddy's been arrested.
It's okay. He can finally come out and talk about it. Yeah, there we go.
P. Diddy's northeast party.
So there we go. Thank you for sending us that confession, Pablo. Obviously, we're glad you survived.
Next time if you can just abridge it a little bit.
It was a big story. You can't just say I had a gun pointed to me. I did not explain the context, can you? I suppose
Accidentally went to a party.
Yeah, accidentally.
Accidentally. And fully enough, Pablo supplied all the cocaine.
Oh, is that what he was talking about? I thought people were getting free glasses of Coca-Cola.
Well, because you don't get eye on your own supply. That's what he should have said.
Yeah, that's it.
Everybody knows that. Don't touch your own.
Okay, time for... No, not time for that. Time for... Hold on, where are we? Time for this.
I got a shed in my garden and a bottle shop in my town. I love the craft and perfect draft and a 2-for-1 discount. So when it comes to beer, I need a deal that'll keep the prices at a steal. So I'm calling up Martin Brewis.
So it's time for your Martin Brewis money-saving tips, which, as we know, are very much live and ongoing when it comes to Ale and Radio. We keep them very updated, so make sure you're checking out Ale and Radio on the website, the offers page and all that. Here's one that's currently featuring on Ale and Radio, and you can find a link to it on our website. Hayward from Thornbridge is a 4.2% kiwi and lime sour. Has anyone had this one before? I mean, obviously I haven't. Because I don't.
It's also a drop-in medical centre in Tunstall, that is.
Oh, is it? Well, there you go. But it's also a sour beer, a kiwi and lime sour. 12 440ml cans. They've dropped their prices for their 12 packs down from 45 quid to 30 quid. £3 a can. That is a decent deal. So that's the one that's currently on from Thornbridge. Got a link to it on the Ale and Radio website. So that's that one. The other one, this has been sent to me by quite a few people. So Taylor Tavern, we had Dave, yourself, you sent it, mate, Jan at the Box and Hounds. Vocation, they are doing a offer between the 30th of September and up to the 13th of October. Free delivery on orders over 20 quid. So normally, what do you normally get free delivery? Is it over 40, 50 quid, something like that?
Yeah.
So they've dropped it right down to 20 quid. So that means you could probably get yourself a mini keg in and pay absolutely no delivery. So I'm thinking about doing that because I've always wanted a Vocation mini keg. I keep missing the reductions and stuff. So
yeah. One, two. I'm
going to go grab one for the Pints 365, I think. So that's on till 13th for October. Like I said, check out Ale and Radio for the other offers, and we keep them up to date daily. But we did get one coming from Andros, and it's coming as we were recording this. He sent me one. This will be on Ale and Radio, but I thought I'll play it to you, and you can listen to Andros tell us about another deal, which I'm sure you'll be running out for. This is a good one.
Hello, Ale and Radio. This is Andros. And I thought I would come to you with a bit of a Martin Brewis money-saving tip, which I may be a bit slow to the party on this one. But as a lot of people have been posting, Tesco's have brought out a new range of beers, one of which is a Vault City Gingerbread Latte Imperial Stout at 11% for a 330ml can. Now, these are on a 4 for 3 deal at £5.50 each, which means, well, first of all, £5.50 for 11% Vault City Imperial Stout is an absolutely banging bargain anyway. But 4 for 3, that's giving you 4 cans of this for £16.50. Now, just to rewind a little bit, so a year ago, or probably about a year ago, I bought the Vault City DDF gingerbread, which was, yes, it was coming in at 16%, so a little bit heavier than this one. But I probably paid £12 or £13 for the 330ml can of that version. So to get an 11%er at Tesco's for £5.50 or 4 for £16.50, it's an absolute bargain. So if I were you, if you're a fan of the stouts, then you need to get down there, get yourself to Tesco, because you are in for a treat, my friends. So if you do, enjoy. Cheers.
Cheers, Andros. That's a good. It came in just as a recording, so I had to play that through my phone down the microphone.
You need to do like the Sky Sports News. Breaking news just then.
What's happening down at Morrison's, Andros? I don't know. I don't know, Jimbo.
I don't want to stop at Morrison's. They've got 30% off, Andros, have they?
Brilliant. Andros Kamara.
I'm gonna do this live from Tesco next week.
I wonder if we could get away. I wonder if you could get away of walking around Tesco's and record a whole podcast down the beer aisle and doing like a Martin Brewis down the beer aisle of what they've got on offer that day or something.
So, has to be done, yeah. So there we go. So a couple of offers there, and obviously we'll get these on Ale and Radio if they're not already, and on the offers page and all that. But that's quite good. I mean, have you had that? Anyone had that particular? I don't know if that's a new supermarket only release, but
it's new this week.
So it's brand new.
I've got up my shopping coming on Thursday, so I'm not even. I've got
there's a Northern Monk collab New England IPA.
They've got
split the crowd a little bit because New England IPAs in supermarkets don't tend to sit well on the shelf because they lose everything in them.
Yeah,
they've
and
got
people said they're a bit ropey, so a bit soapy. So maybe steer clear of that one. The other ones have got okay reviews, but like I said, 4 for 3 on deals. Like, give it a go.
It's worth a go, isn't it?
We've got 2 more Vault Cities in as well: rhubarb and custard, and the black currant royal care or something like that.
Yeah. Going back to your previous statements about vocation, bread and butter mini keg is £27. So you get free delivery. Boom.
Also, don't forget, you probably get 10% off if you sign up to their mailing list, because I did it earlier off your first order. So you just use a different email. But I've got one for you. We always, how much we like a shiny brewery beer on this podcast. So you get a 6-pack.
Is that the Super 6?
The Super 6 DDH Pale Ale IPA box with a glass. At current of recording, there is only apparently 6 of these boxes left.
So that one has been on our website for a couple of weeks now as well. So I think, and I've seen people have been taking advantage of the deal. So, and I think actually Mike from Shiny posted that himself as well. He popped it on the website for us. So yeah, that's still on there if you need a link to it.
21.93. I only know this as well because I was looking. In fact, I did a bit of a purchase on Shiny Brewery's website last night. I ordered a 12-pack of Crush. So it's cheaper to obviously buy it in bulk. So I bought 12 cans.
Very good. Nice one. Back on the Crush.
Oh, yes.
So that was your Martin Brewis deals. Remember, you can keep them coming in, send them to us. You can submit them to the Ale and Radio website as well. And that's the thing, keep an eye on it, because like Beak, they do one like a very short, sort of quick flash sale quite often with a lot of their stuff.
They've got one on from Monday, which was merch. Discount.
Yeah, but that ends really quick. So if you keep an eye on the Ale and Radio website, we'll get things like that on as they're going.
I was talking to Glory Kev over last week, and found out something interesting, that it's not just Fuss Club now that do a stash.
Oh, interesting.
Trembling Madness also do something similar, which I didn't know. So maybe, just maybe, might after I finish this box on Fuss that I've got, I might then start a Trembling Madness one, see what kind of beers. And I had a quick look on their website the other day. They've got a lot of Aberdale Brewery beers on there and stuff like that. So yeah, there's some good beers selection on there.
Oh, on the point of Aberdale, actually, I think when I was a hop sip and a chugs tip sip chug the other night, he was telling me that he got his. I mean, I wouldn't do this because I'm local to Aberdale anyway, but he got his Aberdale brewery. He got his bruiser box from. He chose Aberdale as his brewery, and he actually got quite a lot of extra bits in there. I think he got like stickers, beer mats, but a glass as well. And I don't think all the bruiser boxes you get. I've certainly not had a glass yet. No. But that one came with the glass. So if you're looking at a good bruiser box for your next box, look at Aberdale. I know there's some great beers in there, but I also know you get a glass in it as well, which is quite rare. So yeah, there you go. Good stuff. Right, before we get on with the next game, I've got a... I don't even know if this will be uncut, because I think people need to know about this if they don't already. I'm gonna talk about television and a television programme that features
Crime Watch.
No. It's a comedy. It's an Australian comedy drama, romantic comedy drama sort of thing. It's quite good, but the great thing about it is that a lot of it is about a guy who runs a brewery, a microbrewery in Australia, and it's called Colin from Accounts, and it's on BBC iPlayer, and it's really good. So I don't know if anyone's watched it. Dave, Andy, have you seen it yet?
No, I've not seen it.
Give it a watch. It's quite good. It's an easy, chilled out watch. It's quite funny as well. It's about this guy and this girl who kind of bump into each other and are connected by this dog that between them they manage to accidentally run over, but it survives. And then they're kind of connected by this dog, but the guy in it owns his own microbrewery. So there's quite a lot of, and a lot of it is in the microbrewery itself. There's a lot of references to beer and what he's trying to do and all that kind of thing. And it's just, for that, it just adds that little extra more fun to it as well. And I've even gone as far as getting into it so much that I've even ordered the brewery merchant. I've ordered a T-shirt from this completely made up brewery. It's called Echo Park, which is random because we actually have a park around here called we're not far from a place called Ecclesfield, which is where I went to school, and we've got a park called Ecclesfield Park, and we'll call it Echo Park. So yeah, I've got this Echo Park Brewery T-shirt coming.
Nice.
But yeah, if you haven't watched it, honestly, it's a good, easy watch. It's quite funny. Go and check it out on BBC iPlayer.
Did you read my little news thing that I sent you just before we started recording? I thought it was quite interesting.
Yeah, it was right before we came on, weren't it?
Yeah.
So tell us about this, because it was.
I'm making sure in my will that I'm going to donate to places like this.
Or you want to end up there?
Well, I want to end up there when I'm slobbering. No, I've said to Sam, I'm living by the sea, sod that. I'm out of everybody's reach at that point.
So I found on an Instagram page that I follow that's like a Leicester Instagram that tell you everything about it. And of course, clearly. So basically what this is a care home in Wigston, which one resident said that he wished that he could share a trip to the pub and enjoy a drink with the care home staff. And the care home have basically made it a reality. So I imagine what they've taken is an outhouse, because it looks like more than just a shed, doesn't it? More like a proper outhouse. And they've basically created...
It's not a shed, Dave. It's a pub.
They've created a pub. They've created a bar in the garden for the people in the care home. They've named it the Robin's Nest. And they've done it all out. They've got a bar in there. They've got shelves all in the back racking with all beers on. And they've got pictures of like optics on the wall, Guinness posters on the side. And they've even had I imagine this is the gentleman that wanted to have the beer, had like a full-on opening ceremony for it and everything.
But it's absolutely brilliant, that, isn't it? And such a nice thing to do. And like what Andy was saying, that'd be the dream, wouldn't it?
They said with the additions of the Robin's Nest pubs, residents can get dressed up, go down to the pub, enjoy a drink, play games, watch TV, and they can also listen to music, dance, do karaoke, and socialise and have a laugh. Like that's a proper like. You can
get absolute. Literally, you can get shit faced and shit yourself, and somebody will sort you out.
Hey, what kind
it's
of
amazing.
Have you put your name down then, Dave?
Yeah,
you're waiting list.
Is he the best? I bet there's a waiting list.
There's only one downside to the whole thing. Look what's on the shelves.
Is it Carlin?
Carlin.
No, it's the Aldi version. Casters.
But they've got everything in there. They've got Heineken. They've got Brewdog Black Heart, Stout, John Smith's. Who doesn't look like a John is? Stella. You can go and you can beat your missus up at the same time. They've got loads of glassware.
That's amazing.
I think it's quite cool.
I'm going to get on to him. I'm going to see if I can organise an interview with someone. So I'll get it. I'll get him on the podcast.
Get
so
him
yeah,
on.
I mean, you're going to have to speak to the care home, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll sort it.
This was just cool of Leicester, which is everything about Leicester. So
I've got their account already. It's H-Kun Care Kind Care Hair Care. H-Kun. No.
Is it written in the foreign language? Are you struggling?
It's one of those tags on Instagram. It just bunch it all together. But anyway, I will get in touch with them and we'll do it. Yeah. Okay. So that's an amazing story.
I think it was just quite a nice little news feed that I just saw, and I thought, here you go. Look, you see, everybody else can have a pub shed.
Brilliant. Okay, time for this.
Hello everyone, I'm the Compare Without Compare, and here at the Ale and Audio Pub Shed tonight, I'd like to introduce our turn, Sheddie Mercury.
So we've got a rollover from last week because the week before nobody got it, but we had like loads of people getting in touch knowing exactly what it was. So we solved that. But last week it was myself and Jan listening to Sheddie Mercury sing it live. And I know what it is now because I had to get the answer for today. But I didn't get there without being told the answer. So I found out what the answer is, and it's been bugging me because I could hear something in there. And you know what? It turns out, I'll give you a clue. It turns out what I could hear, what I was thinking it was not the original of this song, but I was thinking of the remake or the redone version that samples this song. If that helps anybody. So,
nope.
I'll play. So in a sense, it's an old song, but it's kind of a bit more modern as well. And by a bit more modern, I mean like 90s, noughties, late 90s, early noughties probably is how I mean about more modern. But the original is probably a fair bit older than that, maybe 70s. So here we go. Wrap your ears around this. What is Sheddie Mercury singing?
I think I know what you're talking. There was like a little bit in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, you have to play again. I think you know which one I'm on about.
I think so. Yeah. Have another. There were definitely a bit that were bugging me last week, and I know what it is now, and it's really frustrating when you know. But I didn't get the actual song he was singing. I got the sampled version of a different song. But if you can get that, you're just about there.
Oh, fucking.
It's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's just that little bit that for me, they just like.
No.
No. I'm sure it's bugging a few other people. So look, let's roll it over. Someone will get it. I'll tell you and Andy. Yeah, I'll tell you both after if you want. But everyone else is going to have to suffer a little bit longer. There we go. So it's now time for. It's the weakest drink. So the way this game works then is we've got 6 drinks, I think it is, that have been drank recently by members of our community. I'm going to put the pictures up on screen. And you've got to try and work out which of them is the weakest, going in order, weakest to strongest, so that we're left with the strongest. Now, you two are really good at this. I think you've kind of pretty much, you've rarely dropped a mistake on any of it. We've done it maybe 2 or 3 times, I think, and you've done very well each time. So let's play the weakest drink. So, your drinks then, that we've got up on screen, are these ones. For our listeners at home, Pablo Disco Bar drinking Verdant's X, so Verdant with the collab with Garage Beer Co., that version, 10 years. Then we've got Hop, Sip and a Chug, who was drinking Now Streaming Meriden from Shiny Brewery. Then we've got the Cleveland Arms, Caramel Cookie, Naughty and Nice, Vocation Brewery. Andy and Dave are trying the best to look at the percentages on the cans. And don't worry, you won't be able to see it because it's tiny.
I'm trying to read what it says on the
fair
Beer
enough.
Bros one. I'm trying to see what it says in the middle.
Beer Bros is Hadron Bear Collider, Indie Rabble, and it's got a bit more information on that one. Experimental Hop Hazy IPA. The next one is Abitronic 82 with Something in the Water Siren Craft Brew, which is her sour beer of the week. We've got a new feature on Ale and Radio, Sour Beer of the Week by Abitronic, and that's the one she picked, Something in the Water Siren Craft Brew. And the final one is Taylor Tavern for Cask Ale Week. He was drinking a Dark Ruby from Jolly Sailor. So we need to pick out the weakest to the strongest.
Jolly Sailor Man, he lives in a caravan.
I would say
he's swimming with all the women. He's Jolly the Sailor.
Oh, that music's off-putting. I'd say Jolly Sailor.
It's a dark beer, though. Some dark beers can catch you out and be quite strong.
Yeah, I don't know, but would you have do the most?
Let's flip it, Dave. Let's flip it. Which one do you think the strongest one is?
Strongest, I would say, is gonna be. It's a tough one, but for me, it's either the Verdant or. I don't know now because that shiny one, is it 6%? I don't know, 6%. I think
I can categorically say I've got one of these in the fridge, but I've never drank the rest. So
I can categorically say I've had all 4 of the Verdant beers, and not one of them. 2 of them are 8% and plus. One's 8%, one's 8% plus, and the other 2 are at least 5-6% plus.
It's a tough one this week.
But
we'll go with John's mild, hey? Ruby, Dark Ruby, Jolly Sailor.
Let's have a pint of mild, shall we?
So you going for
pint of mild?
Are you going for pint of mild?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. John Taylor's Dark Ruby Jolly Sailor Mild, 3.6%. You are the weakest drink. Goodbye. Yes, well done. Congratulations. You got that one right. So that's one down. 3.6% that one was, and it was a mild. What are you going to go with next? Just reminder to everyone at home. Next, we've got these are the ones we've got on screen. We've got Pablo Disco Bar's Verdant Garage Beer collab. 10 years. There was a few of those different collabs, weren't there? But this is one of them. Then you've got Hop, Sip and a Chug, who's got Now Streaming Meriden from Shiny Brewery. Cleveland Arms with a Caramel Cookie, Naughty and Nice Vocation Brewery. Beer Bros with Hadron Bear Collider from Indie Rabble. And then Abitronics 82's Sour Beer of the Week, Something in the Water from Siren Craft Brew. And yeah, we've already eliminated Taylor Tavern's Dark Ruby Jolly Sailor Mild because that was only 3.6%. So what are you going to go with next?
Well, the naughty and nice is usually on the strong side, I'm thinking. In my head. I haven't had one for a long time.
I hope you wasn't cheating and looking in your fridge.
No, I was seeing which ones I'd got in the fridge, but I don't
Andrew.
think it's even the one. I don't think it's even the one that's on that picture. I think I've got that on my First Club order.
I'm dying.
I'm going to say that stout's probably stronger. The sour beer is probably stronger than we think it is.
Yeah, I'm struggling between Beer Bros and Hopsing from the Chug.
Beer Bros looks thinner than Shinies. If you look at the beer in the glass.
Yeah.
Should we go with the Indie Rabble?
Are we trusting our instinct of the fact that thicker always means stronger?
Yeah.
Sold.
You going for it?
Yeah, I'm going to go Indie Rabble, yeah.
So, drank by the Beer Bros _ reviews, the Hadron Bear Clyde at Indie Rabble. That's what they're going with next as the weakest drink. Is it, though? Correct, it is, yes. 5% that one. So that is a experimental hop hazy IPA at 5%. So yeah, that was the next weakest drink. It's getting more difficult now, though. The ones that are left.
Do you think the sour?
I'm edging towards the sour being the strongest in my head.
The strongest compared to the Verdant?
Well, if you're saying that's what you're saying is true, Dave,
There's
could be like.
There's two that are 8%, but then there's two that are less. And I can't remember which way around.
That could be 6.5%. It could be 8%. The shiny one, I'm not sure if that's just a New England IPA. That could be 7%.
I don't know if it's as strong as that. I think we're talking like 5, 8, 6.
So that could be next. Naughty and Nice is the one that's throwing me off because I've had some of them where they've been like 6% and others that have been like 14%. So it's hard, it's hard to gauge where that sits in the field. But Siren do make some crazy beers, so I don't know. It's got an alien on its face.
I think it's
To me, it's going to be sour as fuck.
It's linked. I think it's linked to a recent film that's been on at the cinemas, according to Abitronic. I think she said it was maybe one of the Alien films or something like that.
Yeah, they had the release of an Alien film.
I wonder then if that's going to be quite strong because if it's
that's what I mean. Yeah, it's got a face hugger on it, Dave.
A face what?
A face hugger.
Oh, I thought you said face fugger.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah. I'm tempted with the percent. I'm tempted with the shiny.
Yeah, let's go for shiny then, because I think that Verdant one. I've had it. I'm sure I've had that one. There's one left. There's one left that I've not had, and I know that one's 8.2%.
Okay, so you both settling on the shiny.
Yeah, shiny.
Now streaming. Okay, so let's find out then. Hop Sip and a Chug's now streaming Meriden Shiny Brewery. Is it the weakest drink? No, it was Abitronic Something in the Water. Siren Craft Brew, the red berry sour, that is 6%. So you've dropped one there. There's 3 more to go, though. Left is Pablo Discobar's Verdant Garage Beer Co. collab. There's also the Cleveland Arms Caramel Cocaine Naughty and Nice by Vocation, and then Hop Sip and a Chug's now streaming Meriden Shiny Brewery. Which is the next weakest drink?
Shiny Brewery, what do you reckon? I'm sure that. I'm sure that's like 6'2", maybe 6'8".
So that's 6'8". I'm going to put. I think that maybe the naughty and nice is like 7%. That was in my head. So it's whether or not the others are lower than that. Maybe the garage one's one of these 6.5% ones, and it's there just to fool us because we get drawn into the 8% dipper range.
Yeah. I think the.
He's horrible like that.
Don't blame me. Blame Anne, whatever you call her. Anne Robinson's fruit shoot.
Yeah.
Let's go for Dan. Because
go on. Let's go with that. Let's throw it out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is Verdant and Garage Beer Co. the next weakest drink? No, you fool! You went for the hop sip and a chug. It wasn't that way. It was a hop sip and a chug. It was Meriden, now streaming shiny. That was 6.2%. So
the next one. I'm definitely sticking with Verdant now.
Yeah, Verdant. All day long.
So you've got a couple wrong this time. It's been tough. This has been really testing. You found the last two too easy.
They're all kind of too close together. That's the problem.
So are you definitely going with Verdant next, or are you going to go for the? You are? Okay.
Yeah.
Right, let's find out then. Is Verdant's the next weakest link? Let's find out. Correct, 6.5%. You were right. It was that one that we threw in there to trick you up a little bit because it's you know, from Verdant you normally expect the big dippers all the time, don't you?
It was the sour that threw me off completely because we probably would have gone round that way if that'd have been the strongest one.
Do you want to have a guess at
how strong the naughty and nice is?
Cleveland Arms, who was drinking naughty and nice, the caramel
7.2.
cookie from Vocation Brewery? It's 8%. Bang on 8%. There you go. That was the weakest drink. Thank you very much. Okay, time for Pub Shed of the Week, Home Bar of the Week.
Home Bar of the Week.
Thanks for that. You think all this AI, I could do a jingle, but no, I ended up making one for your two instead. So now the one you want to look for, I kind of confused myself a little bit with this one because I thought, this is an interesting one. And tiki bars are like rife at the minute; they're everywhere. Can't get away from tiki bars. So this is Tapa Room. I find them on Instagram. Tapa Room. So that's TAPA Room, and then Beham, as in Birmingham. So this is. I was sat here thinking all day, we're doing a cool tiki bar that's based in Birmingham, but it's not Birmingham. It's Birmingham. It's in America.
It's not.
Yeah, it's
Get Donald back out, Dave.
Birmingham in America.
Get Donald back out.
So I just need to remind. Are they in? Where is Birmingham, America? I'm trying to think. What state it's in? Alabama. Yeah, Alabama.
Home Alabama.
So they did, and for that reason, I was probably, hoping they'd get back to me, and they did just in the nick of time as we started recording the podcast. But obviously, they've had less time to see it because they'll have been, a bit behind us in time. They'll have been in bed and all that. So I bet they got up this morning and saw it. But yeah, they've got back to me straight away with some great information. And this place looks incredible. We'll get onto the pictures in a second, but just a bit of background. The bar name was chosen because there are no two Tapa cloth patterns the same. That are the same. So, and the same for the home bars. There are no two alike. So that's the thing about these Tapa cloths, which I'm just discovering right now. They are all different. They're very different. There's no two that are the same. It's indigenous to the South Pacific Islands, made from usually the inner bark from mulberry trees and then sketched out and painted by their respective tribe. And they're used to decorate as clothing and in ceremonial houses. So I asked about the favourite features. It's hard to choose a favourite. And I suppose the favourite thing is that they've got a slice of paradise inside their home that they can enjoy any time, like a lot of us with our own home bars, of course. I asked about Pub Shed pets. They've got a dog named Bubbles and a cat named Mr. Joe. So the cat's called Mr. Joe The dog is called Bubbles. One of my favourite things to do is invite strangers to the bar. And they always leave us friends. They said they've got good friends that have enjoyed the bar many times, like Terry, Henry, and not Terry Henry, Terry and Henry. Terry Henry's a football player for
Terry the dog and Henry the Uber.
Yeah. Terry, Henry, who are their employees, and they own their own business there in Birmingham, in Alabama, not Birmingham. Birmingham. Yeah, not that Birmingham in the UK. That's where I got confused. But they said they want to continue to share the lower spirit every time, every chance that they get. And this is a really amazing looking place. I can see that they cornered Rat in Rotherham, who were very sort of similar style tiki bar, not too far from me. Follow them as well. But yeah, there's some great pictures on them. I mean, they're great photographers as well. We've got to say that they've got some really good pictures. You go through it, and there's just some amazing stuff going on. I mean, the thing is, they also seem to travel around to a lot of other home bars, and particularly the tiki ones as well. So if you look through their profile, you see lots of others, and actually probably not just home bars, but actual tiki bars they've been to visit as well across the states and so on, or across where they sort of live. So you'll have to go through, because sometimes you might think it's their bar and it's not. But I've tried to pick out the ones that are there. Oh, I've got the wrong pictures up. There we go. This is the right one. So this is obviously landlord and landlady, and they've given me some great information. And yeah, the pictures just look incredible. Like I said, they do this thing where I think they open it up to strangers, or they sort of like say apply to come and have a night in the tiki bar, in the tapper bar. Is that what we'll call it again? Tapper room. And it's brilliant. You can just see how much effort's gone into it. It all looks so, like, on brand's the wrong word, but it just, everything belongs in there and looks so good. There's so much to look at. You could be in there forever. I love the sort of like bamboo type stools. The bar front's amazing. The hanging lighting. There's just so much to look at in there. The flooring's been done really well. It's a brilliant looking place. And then the other thing I saw is they've kind of done their own. I think they've got like this passport thing, which I don't know if they've had like made, and then people can like stamp that they've been. I think that's how it works. They might tell me a little bit more about that as it goes on, but I just thought it looked really interesting. So there you go. That's the Tapper Room, and their slogan, which I really like, is "We rum this town," which is quite clever. And it was established in 2022 as well. Please do give them a follow. Tell them that you heard them on Aelan Audio, and of course you'll hear them across the week on Aelan Radio as well as we play this feature out. So tell them you heard them. Give them a follow. They've got lots of followers already. They're making lots of friends, of course, and linking with lots of other sort of tiki-styled or Polynesian, whatever you call it. They're making links with a lot of those kind of other bars, and actual bars as well as home bars as well. What do you reckon to that one?
That's cool, isn't
That's
it?
amazing.
It's very well done, isn't it?
That is amazing.
It's I mean, tiki bars seem to be really popular at the minute.
Who doesn't love a
done
tiki?
So well. I know, it's just like summer all year round, can't you then? That's a good thing about it. But there we go. Give them a follow, everyone. Okay, so what's everyone up to at the weekend? Any particular plans?
Yeah, I've got a brief weekend off this week doing nothing.
Nothing. I don't know if you'd class it as out, but I'm
Sounds like it is.
What you up?
I'm going to a wedding, like an evening do. No child.
Oh, you're going out. Child-free nights are a rarity, so that is classed as out.
The funny thing is, though, is the venue that we're going to on Saturday night for a wedding. I'm also going to the following week for another wedding, child-free. And then I've got one more.
So that's 2 child-free nights.
Yeah, and then I think we're in. Well, let me just consult the diary. I think so. 2 weekends, and then I'm in for a week with child, and then out again, child-free the week after.
We're going to child-free October.
He's used all his tokens up now, though. I tell you what, he's running out of tokens.
This is like the first time we've really had like a proper babysitter for nights and stuff. So the grandparents are like, "Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do it." And I'm just like, all day long. There you go. So
Very good.
We've got a busy month ahead of us. But yeah, this weekend at a wedding. We've got some friends coming over on Friday night for a curry, chicken, because now you like chicken. I can make you a chicken curry if you want. A couple of beers. And then, wedding on Sunday. Saturday, hopefully not hungover Sunday, because then I will have to look after a child. And that's not fun when you're hanging.
No. And
that's about it, really.
Good stuff. Well, enjoy. Andy, you got much planned this weekend? Oh, you said you're having a quiet one, you think?
Quiet one.
Very good.
What jobs do I have?
Yeah. I've been invited to again, I'm also trying to swindle a night to myself for a bit of childcare or whatever, but I'm trying to get to a Daya tap takeover at the Peddlers Market, which is the same place where the Sheffield Craft Brew Festival was a couple of weeks ago. They're having a Daya takeover, and I think it's part of a bit of a celebration of that event hall being there and that kind of thing. So I find out more about it, but I've been invited down, which is nice, as a representative for Ale and Radio and so on. So I might go down, get a bit of coverage, but it might be an early one. It might be a quick one for me there and back, because I might have got dad duties on Friday night as well. But Saturday, supposed to be going. I'm doing it. I'm doing it as well. I'm going out. Yeah, we don't have many lads' days out now. I'm talking about the lads who don't really drink craft beer. So for the past few months, I have been given by my auntie. My auntie's a dog walker. She does. That's a job. She's a.
You've been given a dog?
I've not been given a dog, thankfully. But one of her customers always gives her free beer. So like he just gives her, anything he's got, he'll chuck her a beer. And she doesn't drink, but she ain't got the heart to say to him, "I'm all right. I don't drink." So she's been saving up and bringing them to me. Problem is, then I'm not going to say it's a problem. They're not. I've not had anything as bad as Carlin, but I'm getting a lot of like things like Stella. What else have I had? I'm trying to think now. I've got some Guinness. That was quite cool. Although they're quite close to sell by date, but get drank, it'll be fine. But I've got loads of stuff, Coronas, things like that. Loads of stuff that I ain't got time to drink because I'm drinking the nicer stuff. So when I'm on my own, I'm not going to sit drinking that. But ideal for when I've got parties. So it's going to be a free bar, getting people around. We're going out, doing a walk from one end of where we live, stopping in the middle for the Wednesday match that we'll listen to on the radio. Obviously, we'll sit there listening to it on the radio. We won't visualize that match in any way for anybody. We'll listen to it on the radio together.
You wouldn't dare have a free streaming service that you.
No way.
Would you?
Absolutely not.
I would.
I wouldn't, clearly. So we're going to sit around in a circle and listen to BBC Radio Sheffield and listen to the match play.
Somebody's going to make it like a puppeteer show with the footballers.
That's it.
You could dress up as Barney and go out like potentially Barney, and then all your mates can Sabutio.
Yeah,
you should get
react. Yeah, reacting it.
Sabutio.
And they're probably they've probably got better movement than the Sheffield Wednesday team have, to be fair, as well. So it's going to be quite an accurate representation, if anything. So we'll do that. Watch the match, listen to the match. Oops, and then we'll head on our merry way after that. Back on with the rest of the pub crawl into Chapeltown. Probably go to the commercial, usual places. Yeah, and then there we go. So yeah, that's Saturday, and yeah, there we go. Which brings us nicely on to Beer Fact of the Week. Andy, what we're going for?
Number 2.
Here we go.
Would you like a shit? Yes, I'd like a shit. Would you like a shit? Yes, I'd like a shit. Beer Fact of the Week. Brought to you by Dave.
Each year, around 7.5 million litres of beer are drunk at Oktoberfest.
Wowzers. See you next time.
Ta-ra.
Bye.